miss out action. Of course not. Never, never ever. As IMBA.SAS have to fight to stay alive in this tournament. The StarSeries I-League Season 5 Asian Qualifier features right now 5 teams in the Group B. At this point in time, IMBA.SAS, they're on the 2nd place. eHome have the better round difference. IMBA.SAS cannot lose this map with a better round difference than in the end. So it comes down to just SC Absolute to ruin Chinese teams. Excuse me, to ruin Chinese dreams. Or not. If that will be the case, we'll see it either way. First of all, SC Absolute finding first with Takesh. As there, Japanese lads take out one after another. Poem with a double. Very crucial to find those. The B side now going to be swamped though with SPDDD as well as one player coming up from short from behind. The smoke doesn't allow him to see through, but that bit of steps is gonna distract him. Oh, that could work out right now for the Chinese side. As then suddenly Barca hits his shot, last has to come out. There's only one more to find over at short. Dan King hits his one, and that is not the individual you're gonna play against, and Dan King does it! 1-0, IMBA.SAS. We're down to a 2v4, but it's never over until Dan King is alive. Now, I'm quite sure, as an SC Absolute player, you hate to see that. As you're trying so hard, but can't make it in the end. From then on, you gotta see where you go. Scout from Yokohama. A little bit damaged already. Thing is, Barca gets a lot of information, and that should be now the call for at least last to rotate. This is happening. So we're waiting it out. Takesh tries to make that boost. Towards the B side, nothing happens. Barca has a good positioning to herd 5-4-6-6, but he does that jiggle peek. He expects to exactly this happen. Takesh now stands up there. How much is he going to do with that? Let's get himself one. It's there. It doesn't stop here. It's going to be one with another. SPDD as well as Dan King. Both those AK players could do the job. As Crow is down to 16 points of health. Not the best circumstances here for the scout player. The bomb, though, dropped out in the open on the A site. Can they buy themselves enough time is the question. Last finds that one onto SPDD. And now Dan King is close. He's announced, he's known, and the Deagle does it. SC Absolute with the first. It's some kind of miracle that always happens during those Chinese and Japanese pistol rounds. Tactical timeout called. And they're waiting this out a little longer. We're talking about it real quick. And as patience is on their side, you're going to see how much further it goes. Because I personally feel like there's much more to come. I personally feel like we might see IMBA.SAS benefiting from those pistols once more. So we'll see how it will go, because there they now come, towards the A site. Bars is on his own, basically. The connector players are just coming in, but they don't allow too much space. It gets problematic, because then the Glock takes him out. A long-range duel, and the 9mm gun wins. First player to find. Another one to be taken out. Jeff gets denied. Dan King once more on his own. He tries to find shots until Laz. He gets denied by Laz. 2-1 is coming in. $2,000 into IMBA. And those $2,000. Second, no, actually, hold of denial there. One frag found. SPDD with another. M4's going to be picked up. And XYG is going to fall in the end. 28 HP into bars to 2 CTs dying. That's not so nice to see because you logically want to build up a CT economy properly. So you can hope for good plays only. Hello, Shiba. Hope you're doing well. Everything's fine here on my end. Not quite sure if it's going to be fine in Tekker's end, because a lot of players are interested in him. Dan King eats up a bit of those flames. Hello, Fricks. I hope you're doing good as well. Hope every one of you does good. Hope you all had a great night, or a great morning, or a great day. And, how do I describe it better? You all had, I know, you just had a great, right? Just, that's all it needs. And now IMBA.SAS, they need to try hard if they want to stay alive in this tournament and extend their possibility to go into those quarterfinals. Problematic there for last. Gets dinged. Finds himself the first down. One player down towards kitchen. Assistance arrives. As there, it needs to be... Oh, that one individual comes around the corner in the right time. And Dan King on his own. He just waits for that wrong peek. Pushes out. And has a good bit of cover towards himself. Find himself anything for the first moment. Nothing for the second as well. IMBA.SAS. And the worrying thing, I just want to tell you, Dan, as we have this game right now running, last time we have seen Asset Absolute play here, it was a 12-3 start for Asset Absolute against Streka. 12-3 sounds like you need 4 rounds and you're good to go, right? Fairly easy. The game that started 12-3 for the Japanese ended 16-14 for the Japanese. It was a victory, but it costed them a good bunch of time, a good bunch of nerves, and the possibility to see the opponent coming out strong. Now Takesh is going in first. Gonna see a few coming at him in a second. Smoke's gonna pop. Coming towards short, and now he knows. Okay, guys, I have a little bit of a problem right here. Shots are coming in, though. He finds not only one, but only two. And also a third, and there is the assistance. Dan King once more on his own. And that will be the 5-1 for Asset Absolutes. Next round is going to deliver IMBA a decent buy. Because they got themselves quite massive losing bonus. Besides that, $2,000 in average on each bank account. And there we go. 5-1. You're being good as well. That's lovely to know. Miss CS, man. Haven't played for 6 months. I feel you. I haven't played for the last 1 or 2 weeks. Like, face it or so. And I have friends playing good. I mean, I have, like, maybe you know Candy, or I've played recently with Quick, or something like that. So I have actually people to play with properly. I'm just too bad myself. And this is why I aborted it, and rather said I play it more casually with friends than try-harding in officials and still do my casting thing, you know what I mean? But never give up. That's the most crucial thing. If you give up and go in Twitch chat and start, like, not whining about it, that's too offensive, but complaining about it, that's the wrong step. Leave the chat right now. Play. Play just this second. Screw watching this game. Go directly for your exercise. And go better and better and better or better. Don't let your little brother have the dreams. You're the one with the dreams. Either way, now it's down to IMBA.SAS to fulfill their dreams. As Dan King, as well as X5G, bringing it down to only Dan King. Somehow need to clutch it out. The bullets from the downside are coming all so accurate onto him. That's a 6-1. But yeah, just going to back into it. If you stop believing in that in yourself, and you stop believing that you're going to be the one who could be a good player, you have to evaluate. Don't get me wrong. If you're suddenly getting into a life-threatening condition because you played 12 hours of Counter-Strike today, yeah, then you should be worrying. But otherwise, try to fulfill it. Don't just dream it, do it. Don't let other ones in chat tell you just to do it. You gotta do it. You can't make you play. Either way. IMBA.SAS. Their fast-paced and respectless playstyle so far doesn't lead to a very successful one either way. It seems low-tackish. Yeah, he didn't expect that to be the case. Oh, and a jumping Dan King gets himself Crow as well. And last whiffs the shot. That is not the kind of situation you want to be in, but the P250 is lethal enough in the end. And there, Jeff, the only one with the ZZ. Instead of facing it, he's going to run away. Brings it down to Jeff on his own, who's going to pick up a rifle in a second. Could go for smoke and a defuse. That's not too hard. But he shouldn't be the one who's then just faking it through. Ah, he wants to fake it through. Time is ticking away. He finds the frag though. Well done. Defuse gonna come in. And Asset Absolute picking up the 7th round after round after round. They're showing us the dominance and the things they're made of. Japanese players nearly getting them half secured so early in this game. Seems to be fun to be a caster. Well, it is most of the time. I wouldn't do it if it wouldn't be fun. It's sometimes also very exhausting. Like, speaking on your own for multiple hours is fairly tough, especially as it is not my first language. And besides that, waking up at 6:30 to cast those games is kind of tough. Either way, there's one frag after another happening once more for the Japanese side. Laz is rather giving that middle control away as he can't see a thing either way. Smoke's gonna pop again. IMBA.SAS with 3 players. We need to reconsider it. So man advantages exist and for Asset Absolute. Question is, how will they now play this out? 8-2-1 could be a very possible scoreline at that point in time. There it goes, Laz. Unfortunately, our director was pranking us there. Finding himself a double. XYG, the only individual alive. And I think the Chinese players, they're not fairly happy about this situation. It could be the Japanese lads going into the quarterfinals. If they continue to play like this, it doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. great power comes great responsibility. That's true. Always remember that. If you have a little brother, don't make him become an antisocial. Get him into Counter-Strike and let him go on parties. Kind of like that, I guess. I don't have any siblings, so I don't know. Either way, IMBA.SAS. Seems like their sibling right now needs to be a good CT site. Because otherwise, being a single child is not fun for them. IMBA.SAS. As right now, they're looking devastated. Devastated kind of situation you don't want to be in. A play by the book is something they couldn't bring up so far for some reason, but a very nice reason to see that Japanese lads are somehow prevailing as a unit, working together, not getting disgruntled a second. Takish control though finds himself one and a double. This is denying that entire B control, and the problem is the rotation is going to come in. There should be now Takish screaming, there's no one B, there's no one B, rotate over fast, and as he does that, Barca he's going to hear those steps. He's going to be on his own for the moment. Doesn't find a frag. No, he does not. And that is very unfortunate because he could have denied that plant that's going to come in. 5466 though is there in time. A flick from Laz. Gets the bomb down. And so, on his own, Yanking gets found. 9-1. This is Asset Absolute, and probably they should rename themselves in Asset Absolute Dominance. What an extensive lead this team has gathered is insane. All over the place, it feels like they're the guys with control in every single situation without giving a bit away to their opponent. As the Chinese lads just shrugging, you know, like, what shall we do? I don't have any clue. And they have picked the map, by the way. This is not the Asset Absolute pick. And I just want to relax all the people saying no chance for IMBA.SAS. The last time Asset Absolute came out of a great half, twice by the way, they were winning both extremely, extremely tight. Barca now, fully smoked he is. Should see the players coming towards him. Finds himself nothing though, a little bit worrying how this is all falling apart when just those CZs are in place and a well-good smoke execution is there. But from behind we're seeing Crow coming in, who might be taken out by the ZZ. It is actually happening. The retake is just a little bit difficult right now. 5466 in the corner. Has been spotted by Last. Seems to be right now on point with that AWP. Jeff finds one. Jeff finds two. Nope, not going to be the case for the moment. Takish. Just do it. Do it, Last. Do it. No. He's getting denied. Over short, he sees him. Oh, what a shot that was! And Takish on his own, he just needs to find Daking. He does do it! Asset Absolute, you are nuts! 38 HP on the entire Japanese team. IMBA with a perfect and lovely ZZ execution, having a man advantage, and then they're falling short with frags from Last. This guy right now is someone you should look out for. When he's on fire, he can carry this team around. 15-2 on the Opera of Asset Absolute. It's just astonishing. Unbelievable. And so good to watch. Enjoyable CS here at the StarSeries I-League Season 5 Qualifier. 5466 taken out. Another one to come in. Dan King has a kind of idea what Barca is. Pretty sure is. Yeah, there he knows. Takish sees the barrel. Oh, no. No. Oh, he does it then. An unfortunate situation for IMBA.SAS. There it comes. Barca finds Dan King. SPDD on his own. The full investion. There it was. And there it gets once more shattered on the ground like a glass. Drop it on the floor. As the bomb makes its move on the site. SPTDD. It's getting taken out in the end. Thought I could get a good angle on this. Not going to be the case. 11-1. This half is astonishingly good. There you see the investment can't be the best. Laz and Co. Okay, not so brilliant at that point in time. I'm not quite sure if Jeff and his team will recover from that. Less opping right now is crucially good and important. And there it comes. Oh, Poem. What a timing he hits. Goes over short. Does it right. Jeff coming here over A main. The ramp being fairly open. Players rotating off though. Now a little early if you ask me. You're coming towards kitchen. And I said absolute. I'm not quite happy with this. Personally, I'm not 100% happy with that kind of CT kind of play, because they're allowing them to get a lot of ground towards jungle, towards any kind of CT position, actually. Lasto now coming in. Does he find the frag onto Jeff is the question. That's a good positioning. He sees the shadow previous and just lags him down to 15. Will be that a round where finally Asset Absolute will be falling. Doesn't seem to be the case. Barca finds two. Dan King is going to be our clutch hero off IMBA or not is the question. The smoke might pop early. It's planted in favor of him. Yeah, that's not too well done, but he's found there right. Takesh, defuse is going to come in once more. 12 to 1. IMBA, IMBA, IMBA. Seriously, not many plans they got themselves. We are right now in round number 14. 13 have been played. 3 bombs have been dropped on the ground, either on A or B. After such lovely pistol starts, where once more Dan King has shown us what he's made of. Not much more they delivered. And then it comes down on how much you can extend your lead or not. Finds himself the entry onto Dan King. Oh, that was very tight. Lasney only got that, and suddenly the aggression is going to come in. There, they have the option to go further. 5-4-6-6. Falling in the end. XYG to be the last individual. Takesh jumps up, gets taken out. Bomb in the hands of Barca, though. So XYG, it could be quite aware of where Barca is. Question, is he? He is. But it doesn't matter for Barca, as he's ripping off your head anyway. 13 to 1. Will this be flawless, pretty much, for Asset Absolute? Will it be a 16-1, or will they start to get shaky when sides are being switched? Where are you from, Zesht? I'm from Germany. A country where a German slave. Surprise, isn't it? There. Oh. SPDD takes a bit of control. And there. His sight's got to be found fairly good. Last onto a triple right here. Putting himself those individuals. There, 14-1. It starts off fairly nice and easy. Asset Absolute needs 2 more, and by that I mean 2 more, to get that victory easily set. XYG disconnects. Probably some technical difficulties there on his side. And IMBA. Right now they have a player loss, as just mentioned. They need a lot of good plays in that one. They need to show us what they're actually made of to make that comeback. They need 15 rounds to take the victory. 15 in a row, by the way, otherwise they need 14 to go into overtime. There's not much space to breathe. The bubble is just filling up. I'm going in first. The B site fairly weak established. Thinking though here from the underpass. First of all, not gonna meet anyone. He's coming closer though. Seems like Barca has the right kind of idea. Oh no, this is not too good. You gotta look behind. Rather running away. Go on that side as quick as possible. Barca's gonna have to look behind. The bomb is gonna be planted either way. Dan King, as he comes around, we've seen his precision with the pistol. Finds himself one. 5-4-6-6. That was a little bit too aggressive here by Poem. Takish though finds himself one. Gets then taken out, and this could be just all over before it even properly started. With 28 HP, the circumstances are not the best. 5-4-6-6 taps away that head of... Well, if I would right now remember the name. Crow. His actual name is Crow, on Steam at least. I can't always remember that. It's always a little bit hard for me. As for having it, that's going to be exciting. Now we see the pistols making it work, because they're going for the eco, of course. They got the bomb plan. Glocks probably won't bring us major success. They don't. Last run through. Last taken out. Expected. 14 free. Asset Absolute now going for the AKs. And this is the point in time where you're going to possibly see a good buy coming in. I'm not quite sure if that will work as good as they like to. I can only hope it, basically. There it comes first. Yeah, and as we're seeing it, those AKs, what will they deliver us at that point? Hello, Azrod. How are you doing? Either way. Flashed 5-4-6-6 still hits 1 and 2. I don't understand how this works. Takish and his team, how did they give that victory? It's more likely the control over the B apartments just away so easily. The opponent doesn't see a thing. He still finds 2. This is kind of odd. There. Oh no, team kill coming in as the circumstances weren't good enough in that one. Now it should be at 5-4-6-6, having not too much of a problem, finding himself that 14-4. Oh man, Asset Absolute, you're losing a bit of control here. We're seeing Dan King, seeing the first bit off the shoulder. Gonna be too hard. There's Barca. Gonna come through. He can't rip off his first head. Actually, together with his teammates, finding 2 frags. And Advantage is technically on a Japanese side, but without armor and decent guns coming in. You're losing that control. Not too surprising. And 14-1 we started with. 14-5 we're at right now. I don't know what to say if this goes in favor of IMBA.SAS. If that is going to be the case, no, I'm not going to do me anything. As the AKs are back on the board, the utility's all there. They found themselves the B entry last time, if you remember. XYG right now, having an extremely tight angle. The fraction of a second he needs to find a frag. And now comes the flash. He sees the bit of the shoulder, gets Takesh down to 17. The smoke is not going to hold him off. You got to watch out there on short. You see one individual called 5466 who sprays bullets in left, right, and center. He has to be found. There, the AWP does the job well. XYG doesn't stop to frag. 2 players left alive. And with 9 HP, seems like Poem is kind of lost. Finds himself dead. Headshots. Goes for the flashbang in just a second over short. Assistance will arrive. There, the pistol does it in the end. 14-6. IMBA, the time is running away from you, and that is making it kind of worrying, because Asset Absolute... no, the other way around, it's actually Asset Absolute, the time is running away from you, because IMBA, they're gaining probably a lot of confidence and momentum. Notice these Zeds come through. They're finding himself one. Yeah, but that's not working out. Last... It's at least that body shot. Could try to go... Oh, he has an AWP. Hold on. I'm taking everything back. He has an AWP now, and that is changing things massively, whether you believe it or not. That AWP. Oh, no. "44 seconds are left on the clock. You should realize it's not going to be the A site. 100% not. As now, rather plays it back at the apartments. He does that quite well. If Laz, the picked up AWP, is going to do it, then I don't know what to believe in anymore. They're coming together as a unit. Doesn't find the first, and that is extremely shocking. Very unusual for Laz. There he falls in the end, and the fuse is going to come in. That should work out. 5, 4, 6, 6. Going for the defuse. 14-6 being the case. As the 14-7 comes in, the half of the rounds have now been officially achieved. Lots of IMBA.SAS. You can just hope, as an Absolute fan, in case you are one, this is going according to their plan. Because right now, it's getting shaky. It reminds me so goddamn much of what we had on the previous times, and they still didn't fix that issue. 14-1 we started with. Asset Absolute still not closing the case. I have to say, it is kind of shocking. For 6-6 now. Hearing the steps. That is enforcing a rotation. Asset Absolute, though, faking that through. SPDD has to be now found as the first one, as the individual on Underwood. Stanking could, though, deny that aggression on the first. Can deny it on the second. No, SPDD does so. Oh, Asset Absolute. That bomb is standing so unfortunate. Barca to not be able to survive this. Get that bomb down at all. There's going to be another one coming in for IMBA. We're on the right track. After the time, Barca is being killed. As it couldn't have been worse. As it couldn't have been worse. Fast pace, that gets denied. Slow pace, that gets denied. That's absolute. Running out of options right here. It seems like the ideas are not the best at this moment. There they come with the flashbang. They want to take those apartments and that ASAP. Bit of information known, going here through the flames, pushing and pushing and pushing over short. No one is checking onto that. This is kind of unusual. They're just going brute force in. Okay, that's fine, but someone has to check short then. And as it goes, Laz is going to be the final one alive. There's the final one to fall. 14-9. IMBA's getting dangerously close. And what surprises me a bit more, and I find kind of shocking, Asset Absolute not calling a tactical timeout yet. There he goes, Stanking find the first. And it's getting a little problem right now. Doesn't go according to plan, Asset Absolute. You had a 14-1 half. Arsenal finding now SPTD. Flashbang's gonna pop. Arsenal rather rotating away. He wants to avoid the danger that's coming towards him. In control they want to take. Danking not gonna try to aggress towards that position. You're still getting 5-4-6-6. Arce knows now where Danking is. Pins him down a little. 45 more seconds gonna come up soon. That's Jeff. It's gonna be the one holding on to stairs. It's taken a lot of time. Two individuals on the A side. Danking is looking behind. The last 20 seconds have now come in, and so they get themselves that bomb down. Oh no, the bomb is not anymore in the hands, and that is now only down to Takesh. You're wasting time. You gotta get that bomb ASAP. And there's the XYG with the AWP. And does he get the frag? No, he doesn't. Double digits. IMBA.SAS has achieved after a 14-1 start. It's so hard to believe what is happening right here. S5 Absolute starting off perfectly. And just to remind you, the last time they have played this map, S5 Absolute got themselves a 12-3 start on a terrorist site. Funny story, S5 Absolute, when they had the 12-3 terrorist start the previous time they've played this map, they also won 16-14. How the hell is that possible? A good question, you might ask. And I wish I could actually tell you. As though Takesh comes. Jeff is now found. Danking gets himself the one. Doesn't stop with the second. There the M4 strikes. And back on the side. He just avoids the action. Takesh doesn't even care. On the side there might be one. I don't even want to know about him. Though the Molotov's now going to force him out. Oh, he doesn't actually. One moving more towards CT. XYG going away from the opening there. Grabs the bomb. Technically can go safely for it. Because no one is standing short. He logically doesn't know about that. Tries to fake it out. But don't prank IMBA.SAS. Don't prank IMBA.SAS, it seems to be the case. SPDD, yeah, he finds a Takesh jumping up. That bomb plant helps their economy, but that's pretty much it. Right now, take a look at this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rounds in a row. Oh my dear S5 Absolute. Oh my dear S5 Absolute. I'm shocked. I am kind of shocked, I have to say it like this. But we have seen it, like mentioned, against Rekka, same kind of way. 15-2 on cash, S5 Absolute was leading. They couldn't close it out until round number 11 of the opponent. Tanking down to 5. It's a great initial situation for S5 Absolute to take mid-control. Yeah, and he's having the I Power AK. Oh no. Oh no, what is this? I think this is not the right timing to see this gun, to be very fair, but either way, 14-11. The AK's towards middle. No one holding that position. A lot of time S5 Absolute takes. But one thing they should have learned, IMBA is barely into CT aggressions, funny-wise. Takesh feels very insecure. See it in their move, and they don't really want to go for any aggressions. They don't feel like they're able to do so. Which is a bit of a shame, because that is logically making opportunities go lost. SPDD, he'll first of all find nobody. A side is well fortified right now. The Molotov is logically blocking the movement. First one to find for Danking. Oh, and that Barca! Of a nasty shot, but they gotta expect that there's still one guy up there. Molotov does it well. That bomb's gonna go down. 3 more are alive. Will S5 Absolute now secure the 15th or not? I don't know. Ayukama Force getting SPDDD. That is a crucial frag. 2 more are to go. 5, 4, 6, 6. As well as XYG. They want to hold off the 15th one for S5 Absolute. Very logically. Barca denies that though. Can't connect onto any further. And Barca is there with a triple. There is number 15. It took so goddamn long. 10 rounds in a row. IMBA was winning. Now their economy doesn't even look decent because continuously S5 Absolute got frags. But besides that, nothing else to offer. Last gets a bit of damage there from start on. Rather rotates back. And the initial situation in general, quite decent here. But Takesh is gonna be spotted. Yeah, though the refrag comes instantly in. Those stabs on short have been heard. Problematic it now gets for Bars if he doesn't hit his shot. But SPTDD doesn't go any further. And they should. I mean, from the previous rounds, we've all experienced that usually 2 players are on the B site. Middle player didn't rotate yet. Now as the smoke pops. Counter flashbang from Crow keeps the attention there. $50 more seconds. It seems like we got ourselves an aggression going over short towards the side of B. The smoke towards connector lands. Teammate is flashed. Doesn't even matter. They're going through right now. And the kitchen players are arriving over at connector. There's one more standing. That's Jeff. He rather waits it out. And a lot of time they're taken. But Last makes the move. First one to find. Dan King is there and present. Doesn't hit that shot. Again gets taken out by Poem. 15-11 we're in. How does that one will go? Last doesn't hear the steps. Bomb is being planted. They have 2 Molotovs. Time to use them. There's one on Poem. There's one more to come. XYG to find. Oh, this is now going to be only down to 1 Chinese player, but he gets taken out. S5 made it. Incredible, and I don't know what to say about this. S5 a 14-1 start, and it ends 16-11. It tells you that S5 really has a problem with closing out maps, but also on the other hand, it tells us that IMBA has a great way to fight back into stuff. And thankfully, we right now have a good moment to talk about the following, and that exactly will be the groups. As I'm not quite sure, the rounds have not been counted in yet, but we're going to take a look at it either way. Just give me one still second. Okay, we got it set, and there you go. So, eHome. They right now are where they are. They have already played over the matches. IMBA as well as S5 played their match. S5 won both, plus free. They're on the top, and they made it. They're out of this. No one can grab their spot anymore. With 7 points, S5. Do we got the result yet ready? Oh. No, we don't. Okay, it doesn't matter. So plus free means 7. They can achieve 7. They can only achieve 6. So IMBA basically out of this because of the round difference. And that means either Roar or Rekka can kick out eHome if one of those win both maps. Next up is gonna be Roar versus Rekka, starting that up as soon as possible. Till then, we're taking a little break. My name is Sesh. I hope you enjoyed the time for the moment with exclamation mark cast. You'll find out more. Until then, we're taking a little break, and we'll be right back with our final match of the Group B.
LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.